بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما ويعذب المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتعزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه الله فسيؤتيه أجرا عظيما.
I have just recited 10 verses, 10 beginning verses of Surah Al-Fath. إِنَّا فَتَحْنَا لَكَ فَتْحًا مُبِينًا. The total verses of this surah is 29. And we are going to take 10 verses today, and inshallah in the remaining 3 weeks, the remaining verses. Now this surah, which is known as the victory, and it begins with a mention of victory, Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina, verily we have granted thee a manifest victory. First of all, the surah itself is a complete unit. And this is why we have to find out the main subject of this surah. What is the main subject of this surah? Because some people who got no good understanding of Al-Quran, they think that the ayat of Al-Quran has been put together haphazardly without any relevance among them. That is not true. The Quran got 114 surah, and when you read this surah, sometime you will find a good relation between 2 surah which are coming together. And then in the ayat of surah itself, there is a relevance. We should try to find out the theme, the subject of each surah. Surah Al-Fatiha is dua. That is the seed of the whole Quran. Seed from which the whole tree has sprung out. And right in the beginning, there are 2 main branches of that tree. From that seed, the tree, from the tree, two main branches, Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Imran. Surah Baqarah is the Surah of Iman, right from the beginning. يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And Surah Al-Imran is the Surah of Islam. إِنَّ الدِّينَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الْإِسْلَامِ وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Surah Al-Baqarah, the story of the Jews from among Al-Kitab. 100 ayat. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأني فضلتكم على العالمين. That is ayah 40 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Till 100 ayat all about Al-Kitab, mainly the Jews. And then Surah Al-Imran is the surah where Christians are mentioned, the deputation of Najran who came to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then these ayat, beginning ayat of Surah Al-Imran, they all speak about the Christians. So this is how ayat are knitted together. Each surah got a subject, and this surah, Surah Al-Fath, if you read it again and again, you will find out that this surah is, the main subject is how to help the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how to stand in help with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how to give him proper respect. Inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nazira. Then لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ. This ta'zir, tawqir, that is the main subject of this surah, Surah Al-Fath. All factors which help you, which assist you to that subject. What are the factors of help? They are mentioned here. Opposite, what are those factors which are not going to help the Prophet, but they are against the Prophet? These factors are highlighted, and these are the factors related to al-munafiqeen. And then the beginning of surah is knit together with the end of surah. In the beginning is the mention of the victory. We are given you a very manifest victory. And in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about this deen. هُوَ الَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا. He is he who has sent his messenger with guidance and the religion of truth to make it prevail over all religion. So this religion has come to prevail upon all religion. This religion is not there to just confine to the four walls of the mosque. Inshallah, inside the mosque you are a good Muslim. Prayer, Quran, everything. And when you are on the street, in your shop, in government, then you say, Assalamu alaikum. I got nothing to do with my religion. No, that is not the case. Deen of Islam has come to prevail upon all religion. The Prophet ﷺ has come. هُوَ الَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. That is the objective of the Prophet ﷺ, to make it prevalent upon all types of religion. Very recently, last weekend, I was in Oxford in a meeting in Oxford Islamic Center. And that was about tolerance. Yes, we propagate tolerance. We propagate tolerance with all the communities which are living here. Yes, we are for tolerance. But it does not mean that you have to change the meaning of Al-Quran. No. You can't change the meaning of Al-Quran. What Quran means, we have to take these meanings. For example, one of the non-Muslim speaker, he said right in the beginning that this is a beautiful ayah of Quran, لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. For you is your deen, or for me is my deen. That is the highest type of tolerance. Highest type of tolerance. You practice your deen, I practice my deen. Is it the real meaning of that ayah? And I have made it clear there in the very same sitting. I said to him that here you have to see what is the real meaning of this ayah. This ayah, lakum dinukum waliya din, is the ayah of absolvement. Absolvement means bara'a. Bara'a means I am not happy with your ways. I am not happy with your ways. What are you doing? Because this is what the surah says, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا عَبَدتُّ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. This is an address to the idol worshipper of Makkah. Idol worshipper. Those who were worshipping the idols. And Prophet ﷺ has conveyed the deen to them. Don't worship the idols. Come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They did not listen to him. In the end comes this al-bara'a. Al-bara'a means I got nothing to do with your worship, your practices. My way is this, the Quran, this deen. I don't approve your way. Whatever you want to worship, but I don't approve it. So I gave them this example. And in the very same session I said, it is just like I myself saying to a Nazi person who has persecuted the Jews because they were Christians, they were Jews in the meeting. I said very clearly, who was persecuting the Jews and killing them. So I would say to them, I got nothing to do with your ways. Lakum dinukum waliya din. That is whatever you have done, that is your way. Killing and burning, this is your way. This is not my way. My way is different. That is Islam. So this is the real meaning. We have not to change the meaning of Al-Quran just to please others. No. This deen is here to prevail upon all other so-called deen. Because inna deena inda Allah Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said deen with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just Islam, surrender to Allah. And that is the deen of all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People have brought changes in that religion. This is why Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has to come to show the real face of Islam. So this surah, the main subject is Nusratul Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa mu'azaratuhu wa munasaratuhu. How to help the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All these factors are mentioned here. Now, as you see that this ayah begins with Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. Verily we have granted thee a manifest victory. Let us see first of all the background in which this surah was revealed. What is the background? The background is that is the 6th year of Hijrah. 6th year of Hijrah. Just in the 5th year of Hijrah, a battle took place, the Battle of Trenches. The whole Arabia got together to assault our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they besieged Al-Madinah. And that is because of the help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people were defeated and they went back. So our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has gone through such a horrible trail at that time. For 6 years, Meccan people did not allow him to enter into Makkah and to do any tawaf or umrah at all. For 6 years, he is blocked. And then he sees a vision, a dream, in which he sees himself that he with his followers, they are going to Makkah and they have done umrah, and some of them they have shaved their heads, and some of them they have trimmed their hairs. So Prophet ﷺ related this dream to his people, to his followers, and he said, let us go for umrah. 1,400 Sahaba became ready. They got 80 camels to be slaughtered after umrah. Now when they were about to start, the people in Medina, al-Munafiqun, the hypocrites, they started saying that you people, you are entering into the mouth of the death. Those people who just last year were here just to attack Medina, now you are going to their own place. So they are trying to discourage them, don't go. If you go, then you will perish. No one will come back safe and sound. And these are the things which are going to be mentioned later in the very same surah. Al-Mushrikat, Al-Dhannina billahi dhanna as-saw. Those people who got a very, very bad speculation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people are going into the mouth of the death. They will not come back. But Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not care about all that. He was very confident about the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us go. We are just going for Umrah, Tawaf. We are not going for fighting, so why should we be fearful? And that was the month of Zulqa'dah, one of the sacred months, Zulqa'dah of 6th year of Hijrah. And people know that they have to honor the months, if that sacred month. Even if your enemy is coming to Makkah, you have to allow him to enter into it. You can't stop him. That was the custom of Arabia. So this is why our Prophet ﷺ was not fretful at all, was not fearful at all. Before approaching Makkah, there is a place called Qura al-Ghamim. Qura al-Ghamim. He heard from one of his informers that Mushrikeen people has sent Khalid ibn al-Walid. Khalid ibn al-Walid was not a Muslim at that time, to chase them. And Prophet ﷺ was not coming for fighting. So he said, let us go to Makkah, not through this way, to another way. Through another way. So this is how they applied someone who knew the ways. So he took them through the valleys, mountains, a very harsh terrain they have to pass until they came to Makkah, a place very near to Makkah called Hudaybiyah. Now it is only 13 miles from Makkah. Now it is a part of Makkah which is known as the Shumaisi. Shumaisi is one of the locality in Makkah now. So he came to Hudaybiyah and then he camped there. When he camped there, the Meccan people, they started sending their emissaries, their messengers to stop them, to stop the Prophet ﷺ from coming into Makkah. First one who came is a person called Budayl ibn Warqa. So this person came and then he started convincing the Prophet ﷺ, don't come, it is a hostile type of environment, don't come. Go back. The Prophet ﷺ made it very clear that I did not come for fighting, coming for Umrah only. So what is the point? He went back, he gave the message to the Meccan people, so they sent another person, Hulays ibn al-Qama, Ra'isul Ahabish. Hulays ibn al-Qama, he came to the Prophet ﷺ. And then the Prophet explained to him why did he come. He was convinced. He came back to Quraysh. He said, Muhammad ﷺ, I have seen him. They got no weaponry at all. They got all the camels for sacrifice. So, allow him to do tawaf and do umrah. And Quraysh people, they did not listen to him. They sent Urwa ibn Mas'ud al-Saqafi. That person became Muslim later. That time he was just a Muslim. Urwa ibn Mas'ud al-Saqafi came to the Prophet ﷺ. He saw a very strange sight. How is the extreme love of Sahaba for our Prophet ﷺ? When the Prophet is doing his wudu, they don't let the water of wudu fall down on the land. They just take it in their hands. They put it on their faces. He went back and he said to the Quraysh people, I have visited the court of Qaisar, Zaz, the court of Kisra in Iran. I did not see that respect there Respect of the people for their kings, as we have seen these people respecting the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, allow him to come. But they said no. Because they thought that it is against their pride and dignity that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whom they have attacked last year, before that in Uhud, before that in Badr, now they should allow him to enter into Makkah. That is a defeat for them. This is why they did not allow. All right, they sent 50 archers. They came at night time and started throwing arrows to the Muslims. And Sahaba Kiram Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim, they were able to encircle them and brought them to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the people who were throwing arrows to the Muslims to hurt them. And because the Prophet ﷺ wanted to show them a kind gesture, he said to them, all of them, go back. He did not make them captive. Then one day at Fajr prayer, they brought 80 persons who started throwing arrows to them. They were captured. The Prophet ﷺ released them all. See, such a good gestures coming from the Prophet ﷺ. Now, the Prophet ﷺ first asked Sayyidina Umar that you should go to Makkah and meet Abu Sufyan, the leader of Quraysh, and then negotiate with him, because we have to do our Umrah. Sayyidina Umar said that, I fear that because I got no support, no family or no alliance in Makkah to protect me, I fear that something could happen to me. So the best person you should send is Sayyidina Usman radiallahu ta'ala. So this is how Sayyidina Usman radiallahu ta'ala went to Makkah. And that was another Arabic practice, that someone take you into your custody. So Aban, a man called Aban ibn Sa'id ibn al-As, he took Sayyidina Usman in his custody, which is kafala, and then they came to Abu Sufyan, the leader of Quraysh, and Sayyidina Usman negotiated with them. They said, you are allowed to do tawaf and umrah, not Muhammad. He said, if Muhammad is not allowed, I am not going to do tawaf and umrah at all. Now that is the time when this rumor was spread that Usman has been killed. The news came to the Prophet ﷺ that Sayyidina Usman has been killed. That is the time when Sayyidina Rasulullah ﷺ took this oath of allegiance, which is the Bay'atul Ridwan, which is coming in this surah later. لَقَدْ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذْ يُبَايِعُونَكَ تَحْتَ الشَّجَرَةِ فَعَلِمَ مَا فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ فَأَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ عَلَيْهِمْ وَأَثَابَهُمْ فَتْحًا قَرِيبًا. That bay'ah which was done under the tree, that is going to be mentioned later. So the Prophet ﷺ took this bay'ah. What was that bay'ah? Whatever happened to us, nobody is going to run away. This is why they say that was a bay'ah upon death, al-bay'ah al-maut. And we will not be defeated, we will not retreat, though we die. So that was the bay'ah which was done. Now, when I am going to explain these ayat, these 10 ayat, we will take each ayah and what are the meanings there. But only one thing which I have to mention here, that eventually when they retreated without doing Umrah because of a settlement or a treaty with Quraysh people, that they will not do Umrah this year, they will come the next year. So when Prophet ﷺ went back, the very same place which is Qura'ul Ghamim, here this happened. Sayyidina Umar is saying that I hurried to the Prophet ﷺ to ask him a question. But Prophet ﷺ kept quiet. Once again I started coming near to the Prophet and asking the question. He did not answer me. 3 times it happened. So Sayyidina Umar became very worried that I might have done something wrong. This is why Prophet ﷺ is not listening to me. He was left behind. And then he heard someone calling upon him, Ta'al, Ta'al, Ya Umar. Umar, come. Prophet is calling upon him. And he thought that something has been revealed about him now. So he was very worried. Sayyidina Umar was very worried. And when he came to the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Umar, a surah has been revealed to me. Such a nice surah, that it is better than all the worlds which is given to me and whatever in it. In another narration, such a surah has been revealed to me that it is better than anything upon which the sun has shone or the sun is shining. That was this surah. And then he read this surah, which is the surah of victory. Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. We have given you, granted you a manifest victory. So now we come to the tafsir of this ayah. Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. Inna, we, fatahna, we gave you a victory, laka, for you, fatham mubina, a manifest victory. I have heard once a Christian saying in one of the debates with Ahmad Didat, he was saying that, see, Al-Quran, the Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about him, we, inna, we. Another ayah which is in Surah Al-Hijr, inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafidhun. All we have revealed this remembrance, this book, and we are going to protect it. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not one. He is we, it means more than one. And according to the Christians, they are 3. So it becomes we. So we must understand that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions this mode, which is the plural mode, inna, nahnu, it got 2 explanations. One, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works, or His hand works through means, and among the means are angels. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is not recording our actions. Angels are recording. But still, that is the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But through angels it has been recorded. All what we utter, all what we say, all what we think, that is recorded by the angels. Angels come, and they got 2 shifts. One, the night one, and they wait till Fajr time. And the other shift comes, the Fajr. In Fajr and Asr, there are the 2 shifts. So those people who are at night time, they leave in the morning time back to the heaven. And those who come at Fajr time, they leave by Asr. So the new shift comes, only to record the actions of the human beings. So when he says inna, it means with the help, there is, angels are also involved. Normally, when a king addresses, he does not say I, they always say a mode of dignity, we command you, we say to you. That is a mode of dignity, so nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to worship, see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using only singular form. In Surah Taha, Inni an Allah, does not say inna, inni an Allah, fa'abudni, I am Allah, so worship me. So because there is no partnership in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all when it comes to the matter of ibadah. So in the same way we must understand this surah, Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. Now what this manifest victory, what was this victory? Some Sahaba say, because it is the 6th year of Hijrah, In the 8th year of Hijrah, Makkah was won. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving him the good tidings of the conquest of Makkah. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. That is one opinion. But the best opinion is, as it is reported by Abdullah ibn Masud, by Jabir ibn Abdullah, Al-Bara ibn Azib. They say that we used to consider the Treaty of Hudaybiyah is the manifest victory. Because that treaty in which they agreed upon few terms. One of the terms was that they are not going to do Umrah this year, they will come next year. Then there would be a truce for 10 years. 10 years, no fighting between two parties at all. And then there was another condition. Any tribe who wants to have the alliance of the Prophet, he is free to do so. And the person who wants an alliance with Quraysh, they can do so. And there was another harsher condition, we are going to mention it later at its point, at its place. But anyhow, this truce of non-fighting for 10 years, that has opened the way for Islam to spread. People were in peace and security, no fear of fighting. So they started entering into Islam. So this manifest victory, which is mentioned here, that is, according to them, this was the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. That was the real victory which has paved the way for spread of Islam. And that has also paved the way for the conquest of Makkah later as well. So Fathan Mubina is that type of victory. It means the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Now the second ayah, which says, لَيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ضَمِّكَ, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive thee thy faults of the past and what comes? One thing. وَيُتِمَّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ, and to accomplish His grace upon you too. وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا, and guide you to the right path. 3. وَيَنْصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا, and give you a powerful help. 4. 4 things are mentioned here. After that, we have given you this victory. لَيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ. Here is a very scholarly discussion about this lam. You see this one letter lam. لَيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ. What does it mean? There are two meanings here which are given by Mufassirin. This lam is lamut ta'leel, a causative lam, which means that we have given you victory because of these 4 things. Because Allah can forgive you your sins, because to accomplish His ni'mah upon you, because to guide you to the right path, because to give you a nasr, a victory which is not failing at all, nasr and aziz. That is one meaning. We have given you this manifest victory to combine for you all other blessings as well. This is what it means. Not only this victory, but forgiving your sins, this and that. That is one meaning. The second meaning, which I think is more appropriate here, لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ, this lam is lamul ghaya. Lamul ghaya means lam which gives you the objective, what you have to achieve, the goal which you are going to achieve with this victory. Lamul ghaya means that what is going to happen to you later. When I say it is more appropriate, why I say that? This victory comes in the 6th year of Hijrah. After that, our Prophet ﷺ lived only for 4 years. 4 years. In the beginning of 11th year, he died. As if this surah is saying to him, now we have given you a great victory. After that, your mission is going to be over. You have to relax and in the end of your life, the greatest thing is do istighfar. And we are here to forgive. This is the very same subject matter of Surah Al-Nasr. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. When the victory and help comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you see the people entering into Islam in big, big crowds, then what you do? Praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innahu kana tawwaba, and He is going to forgive. Once Sayyidina Umar, he asked the people that what is the tafsir of this surah? What is the meaning of this surah? Everybody explained it as it appears, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling him that we have given you victory and we have given you dominance, so you should praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Abdullah ibn Abbas, who was the youngest among them, he said at that time, this surah is an indication to the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How? Because this surah is telling him, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the mission which was given to you is about to finish now. Because victory has come. Whatever you wanted to achieve, you have achieved. So, now prepare yourself to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for that purpose, you have to praise Allah, you have to do His hamd and tasbih and istighfar. You see, that is the very same gesture which is shown here, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you ma taqaddama min zambika wa ma ta'akhkhar. Whatever sins of the past, whatever sins, not the sins, faults, you can say, faults of the past and faults which are going to come later. وَيُتِمَّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْهِ, and to accomplish His ni'mah upon you, great ni'mah, blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has established peace and security in Arabian Peninsula. وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا, and guide you to the right path. Now the path of the idol worshipper, khalas, finished. Your path of Islam is always for you. وَيَنْصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you such a help which is not going to fail. So these four things, that has to happen now. Among these four things, the first thing that needs some explanation. The word zamb is used. Zamb means fault, zamb means sin. The Prophet ﷺ got any sin? This is the question. لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you for your sins previously, وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ, which are going to happen later. Previously means before this revelation, and anything which happened after that. Now let us understand the word dam here, which is mentioned for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not there to commit any sin at all. This dam or fault differs from person to person. Those people who are the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are ma'soom. Wallahu ya'sibuka minan nas. Ma'soom means that they are infallible. They don't commit sins. Because if they commit sins, then what is the difference between them and the others? They are the model for humanity. So what sin is here, which is attributed to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? There is this term, khilaful awla. Khilaful awla. To do something which is not preferred. Because there might be two things. One is most preferable, you should do. And less preferable, both are allowed. But you do the less preferable only because of some reason. That is the thing which is known as zamb in the case of the prophets of Allah. I give you the example, then it will become very clear. The example of Surah Abas. عبس وتولى أن جاءه الأعمى وما يدريك لعله يزكى أو يذكر فتنفعه الذكرى أما من استغنى فأنت له تصدى وأما من جاءك يسعى وهو يخشى فأنت عنه تلهى. The case of Abdullah ibn Maktoum. The Prophet ﷺ was sitting in the gathering of the leaders of Quraysh, big leaders of Quraysh. He wants to propagate the Islam. At that time, Abdullah ibn Maktoum, a blind person, a blind Sahabi, came to the court of the Prophet ﷺ, and he said salam and he sat down. And he wanted to have some piece of admonition from the Prophet ﷺ as well. So these words, Abasa wa Tawalla, that the Prophet got some gesture of unlikeliness, that he did not like this thing, because he was addressing Quraysh people. He wanted to give them time, because if they become Muslim, all their followers will become Muslim. As far as Abdullah ibn Maktoum is concerned, he is a Sahabi, he is a Muslim. He can receive his admonition at any other time. But this time, the most preferable thing is to address the Quraysh people. So when the Prophet, Abasa means he frowned, wa tawalla, he sat back, an ja'ahu al-ama, when the blind person came, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him that this is not a right approach. Even the word abasa wa tawalla, that he frowned, he turned back, was used here in this ayah, only to show the Prophet ﷺ that it was not good for you to do this, because this person has come to purify himself. So why don't you attend him? So when the Prophet ﷺ, he thought in his mind that to attend the Quraysh people is better, is more preferable than to attend the blind person. But in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it was reverse. You have to attend the blind person, not these people. So this type of thing, which is called khilafi awla, these are the things, if done by the Prophet, they are the faults which are to be forgiven. This is what this ayah says. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you all your faults, previous and later. Another example of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam, when he was at Mount Sinai, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited him to come, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to give him Tawrat. And he said to him, you have to come for 30 days. For 30 days. So Musa alayhi salam left his people. He went to Mount Sinai at the top, but he went before the appointment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him a certain time to come, but he came before it, before appointment, before appointed time. So when he came there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed him, وَمَا عَجَلَكَ عَنْ قَوْمِكَ يَا مُوسَى. What made you hurry up, O Musa? Why did you come early? Why did you come before the appointment? قَالَ هُمْ أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ أَثَرِي وَعَجِلْتُ إِلَيْكَ رَبِّ لِتَرْضَىٰ. And Musa alayhi salam said, these people are behind me and my nation, and I came to you, I hurried to you, لِتَرْضَىٰ, so you become pleased with me. So this is the thing which Musa alayhi salam said, and he thought that it is quite right, that I should hurry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah said, no, you have come early, before the appointment, so you will be given a fitna now, a trial. This is the trial of Samiri. Samiri, who made for them in his absence. Well, how he made? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala detained him for another 10 days. He said, not 30 days, now you have to stay for 40 days. So when he did not come after 30 days, his people thought that he is gone, finished. He is not coming back. So this is how Samiri said to them, Musa has gone with his God. There is no God. I am going to make for you a God. And this is how he took this golden, he made this golden calf, and he said, Hada ilahukum wa ilahu Musa. This is your God and Musa's God. So this is khilaful awla, yani things which are most preferred Now, they are not done, but less preferred is done. That becomes a fault as far as the prophets are concerned, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to forgive them. Now the matter becomes very clear. What does it mean? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you your sins of the past, or the faults of the past, and faults which are going to happen later. وَيُتِمَّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا وَيَنْصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا. And He will give you a victory which is Aziza. Aziza means which got Aziz, with dominance. And that is pointing towards the victory of Makkah, the conquest of Makkah. Now let us move to the next ayah number 4. وَالَّذِي أَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ فِي قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. He is Allah who has brought tranquility in the hearts of the believer. لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ, so that they are increased in their faith with the faith which they got with them. وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guard the forces of the heaven and the earth. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Alim and Hakim. He is knowledgeable and He is wise. هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ فِي قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. When these Sahaba, 1400 people were leaving Medina for Umrah, Munafiqeen people, they have created this doubt. You are going to die. Allah made them put tranquility, sakina in their heart. So they did not care about what they were saying. That is the sakina. Sakina means that peace and tranquility which comes upon you from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then you got no worry, no fear at all. لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ, so that their iman is increased. This is why we say that iman is such thing which keeps on fluctuating. In good company, it is increased. In bad company, it is decreased. That is noticeable. When you are in a good company, in the mosque, reading Al-Quran, your iman is high, is up. But at the other time, if you are in a play, playing around, or you are watching any movie, for example, is it the same iman at that time? No. Iman becomes weaker. So this is the reality, that iman, it becomes increased with obedience, decreased with disobedience. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, that so that they have increase in their iman. Next thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guard the forces of the heaven and the earth. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. Forces of the heaven and the earth. 1400 people, they are going to Makkah, and there are thousands of people there. If they were attacked, who is going to protect them? In worldly terms, you are very few. You must be very fearful. But this ayah gives them courage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guards so many forces in the heaven and the earth. Don't think that the power comes only from men like you. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could send angels. Angels are among His forces. Natural things like wind. The people in the Battle of Trenches, the attackers, the besiegers, they went back. Why? Because of the wind. The wind has made them run away. Earthquake, in the same way, heavy rains, everything, they are the forces of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fire, big fires, big fires. We got a superpower nowadays, superpower. And in this superpower, time to time, big fires. The jungles or the forests, they caught big fires in California, for example, and they can't put it down at all. They got no power to put it down. Because these are the forces of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to do something, nobody can stop. Let alone the cyclones after cyclones. Tornadoes which hit that country from time to time. Not only that country, everywhere in the world. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows that His forces are very, very, very strong. So beware of the schemes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, now the next ayah is, here it is said that Sayyidina Anas said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam after listening to these ayat, Allah has given you victory, Allah has given you help, Allah has given you this and that. He said, what is for us? What is for us? The answer comes in this ayah number 5. لِيُدْخِلَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا وَيُكَفِّرَ عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ وَكَانَ ذَلِكَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. To admit believers, men and women, both are mentioned, men and women. So, because those men who were living Medina for 1400, they must have been encouraged by their wives, by their women folk. You can go, we are here, don't worry. So, they have their share as well of encouraging them. So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned believers, men and women, to admit them into the gardens under which the rivers are flowing. خالدين فيها, they will remain there forever. وَيُكَفِّرَ عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to expiate from them their faults, their sins. وَكَانَ ذَلِكَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا, and this is a grand triumph in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is for the believers. Now comes for al-munafiqeen, al-mushrikeen. What is going to happen to them who were discouraging the Muslim not to go? وَيُعَظِّمَ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وَالْمُنَافِقَاتِ, and to punish the hypocrites, men and women. Here again, men and women. وَالْمُشْرِكِينَ وَالْمُشْرِكَاتِ, and polytheists, idol worshippers, men and women. الظَّانِّينَ بِاللَّهِ ظَنَّ السَّوْءِ, those people who got bad speculation about Allah, who were saying to the believers that if you go, you are all going to perish, you are all going to die. That was their zan, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to protect them at all. Allah nina billahi zanna saw. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to them, they were having this bad speculation. Listen, alayhim da'iratu saw, upon them would be a round of evil. Da'iratu saw, yani anything bad which happens to someone, we say it is something which in turn has come to you. Da'ira to saw, because da'ira means, da'ira, this is da'ira, square. So an evil is going to come to you. You people, you are going to suffer with this with this evil. غَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ, and Allah would have His anger upon them. وَلَعْنَهُمْ, Allah would curse them. وَأَعَدَّ لَهُمْ جَهَنَّمْ, prepare for them Jahannam. وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرَهَا, and it is a very, very bad end. So, that was the mention of believer and then the non-believers. And again this ayah is repeated, وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا, and to Allah belong the forces of the heaven and the earth, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Aziz, is powerful, Hakim, is wise. To show the non-believer as well, don't think that you are very powerful. No. Allah God's bigger forces. Here, I may recollect here what happened in Palestine. How the superpower has moved their embassy to Jerusalem. Why? Just to show the Muslims that we are the real power. Whatever we want to do, we can do. You got no say at all. That's what they just want to show that gesture to us, that you people, you are weak. Anyhow, first of all, that is our iman. Our iman is وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Him belongs all the forces of the heaven and the earth. So, don't be flattered by your power. No. Your power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take it away at any time. Soviet Union used to be a power. Where is that power? So, same thing could happen to this superpower as well. So, always remember that Allah is most powerful. And the second message, which is for the believers, that Allah's handwork with those means which are provided to us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not say that you people, you should not prepare yourself to face the enemy. Just rely upon yourself, don't do anything, Allah is going to help you. That is not the case. The Prophet ﷺ left Medina and came all the way to Badr to face the enemy. He did not stay back in Medina at that time. He said, all those people which I got with me, 313, he brought them to Badr. And then he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, help them, help them. Throughout the night he was doing this dua, help them. If these people perish tomorrow in the battle, who is going to worship you? So it means take the means first. Apply the means first which are with you, and then have what? Confidence in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the message for the Muslim masses is that this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prepare yourself. Prepare to face the enemy. And when we say face the enemy, which means only the evil people, those who got evil in their intention, there are good people everywhere. Everywhere there are good people as well, among the non-Muslims as well. Those people who did not agree with what has happened in Palestine, they don't agree with that. So it means we are just saying that if you want your right, then prepare for these rights. We have to. The thing which is taken by power can't be taken without power at all. This is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The people think, oh, by negotiating table we can take it. No, they have taken it by force. Your Jerusalem is taken from you by force. So you can only take it back by force. Nobody should be shocked here. Why what? You are mentioning about force. What happened in Falkland? What happened in Falkland? These islands, they are 8,000 miles away from British Isles. 8,000 miles away. And when they were captured by Argentina, at that time, Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister. She did not say, oh, let us not do anything at all. No, she sent the forces, battleships, to reach there. How many days and weeks they want to reach to Falkland? And they say, what is Falkland? What is Falkland? Islands with 60,000 sheep on them. Just to save 60,000 sheep, she has spent so much money and put so many men into risk. Why? Because once you believe that this is your right, then you have to stand with this right. We have to protect this right. This is the real thing. And if you think that this is your right, then stand for it. Take the means and then have full confidence in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَعِدُّ لَهُمْ مَسْتَطَعْتُم مِّن قُوَّةٍ وَمِن رِبَاطِ الْخَيْلِ تُرْهِبُونَ بِعَدُوِّ اللَّهِ وَعَدُوَّكُمْ سُورَةُ الْفَاتِحَةِ. Prepare for them al-quwwah, strength. Mastata'tum. It does not say a power similar to the power of your enemy. No, it does not say that. It says mastata'tum, whatever you can. Whatever you can. You try that one. And then leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has done. In Badr there were 330, Mushrikeen were 1,000. They got only 2 camels with them, Mushrikeen got 70 camels with them. So there was no comparison. But whatever he got, he brought it. And this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then helped him with angels. And these are the angels which are mentioned here. وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And to Allah belongs the forces of heaven and the earth. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. Because here, this ayah is coming after the mention of mushrikeen and mushrikat and munafiqeen and munafiqat. The attributes of Allah, Aziz and Hakim, is mentioned. And the other ayah is coming after mu'mineen and mu'minat. Mu'mineen and mu'minat. Now, so there it says, وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. The word Alim is there, Alim. And here is, instead of Alim, Aziz. Aziz means he is powerful. Nobody can defeat him. Next ayah is, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا. And it is addressed to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have sent you as a witness for this deen. وَمُبَشِّرًا, giving good news. وَنَذِيرًا, and a warner. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a shahid, a witness for what? Witness for what? Witness for this deen. إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ رَسُولًا شَاهِدًا عَلَيْكُمْ كَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ رَسُولًا in Surah Al-Muzammil. We have sent you a messenger who is a witness upon you, as we have sent a messenger to Fir'aun. As we have sent Musa to Fir'aun. So it means that this testimony is first in this world, that the Prophet becomes a witness for this deen, and he practices the deen. He shows what is this deen. Whatever he has shown, that is deen. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. And we have made you a balanced ummah, so you become a witness for this deen upon the people, as the Prophet ﷺ has become a witness upon the people. So it means he was a witness for this deen upon those people who were in those days in front of him, before him. After that he said, my ummah will be a witness for this deen. This is why in his farewell Hajj he said that whatever you have listened from me, convey it to the others, convey it to those people who are not present. So we are a witness for this deen, as the Prophet was. And he was mubashir as well, giving good news to the believers. All you are praying, fasting, doing qiyam al-layl. Nothing for you? No? MashaAllah. So much blessing, so much reward which is awaiting for you. That is Tafsir. We know that and we believe in that. Yes, that we are going to have all that blessing and ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he is a warner as well, that if you reject this deen, if you don't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then listen what is going to happen to you. This is how the fire is explained again and again in the Quran. Jahannam is explained. And after that this ayah comes, لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. We have made you a witness, a mubashir, a nazir, so that you believe in Allah and the Prophet. وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, and you assist him. وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, and you honor him. وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ, and you celebrate his praises morning and evening. You see, there are 1, 2, 3 things are mentioned here. 2 things belong to our Prophet, which is لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. One, in 3 things, you have iman in Allah and the Prophet. وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, you assist him. وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, you honor him. That is who? The Prophet. The Prophet. That you assist him and you help him, you honor him, that is all for the Prophet. And the last thing is وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and you praise him in the morning, in the evening. This is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because in the beginning of ayah, Allah and his Prophet are mentioned. So what is the haqq of Allah? It is mentioned in the end, tasbih. And what is the haqq of the Prophet? It is in the beginning, وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ. Because ta'zir means to assist someone. And if he is attacked, you have to stop the attackers. That is ta'zir. Because this word ta'zir is also used in punishment. Because there is a had punishment and there is ta'zir punishment. Had punishment is, which is mentioned in the Quran, that if a person steals, you have to do what you have to do with the thief, that is the punishment. If someone fornicates, what is the punishment? That is had. But those punishments which are not mentioned in Quran and Hadith, and they are left to the discretion of the Qadi, that is called ta'zir. Anything which can stop him from doing that evil once again. So the meaning of ta'zir is actually to stop, to stop. So here it means وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ, that you stop any evil befalling the Prophet ﷺ. You have to stand in front of him and protect him. This is what it means, وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ. وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ, and you have to honor him. Any vulgar remark about the Prophet ﷺ, anything which is going to make fun of him, is not going to be tolerated at all. He is the highest model for us, for the Muslims. So the great respect, the utmost great respect is reserved for him. وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and then you praise him in the morning, in the evening. And the praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever it is mentioned in the Quran, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the morning, in the evening, it means the prayer itself. Because in the prayer, you start your prayer with Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. That is the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, morning means Fajr prayer. In the evening, that is Maghrib and Isha prayer. And the other prayers, they are mentioned in many places in the Quran. فَسُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ حِينَ تُمْسُونَ وَحِينَ تُصْبِحُونَ وَعَشِيًّا وَحِينَ تُظْهِرُونَ in Surah Al-Rum. All 5 prayers are mentioned there. So this is what it means, tasbih. And the last ayah in today's lesson, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهِ. When the Prophet ﷺ was taking the oath of allegiance, after the rumor has come that Usman has been killed, so how the bay'ah was taken? You stretch out your hand, and Sahaba will place their hand in your hand, like this. So that is al-bay'ah. Those people who are giving you the oath of allegiance, إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهِ. This oath is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are doing this oath with Allah. يَدُ اللَّهِ فَوْقَ أَيْدِيهِمْ. His hand is upon their hand. And this type of oath of allegiance is honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As if you are making it with Allah, so don't break it at all. Why? فَمَنْ نَكَسَ فَإِنَّمَا يَنْكُسُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. The person who breaks it, violates it, he is violating upon or against his own self. And he is harming himself. He will taste the punishment of it by himself. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِمَا عَاهَدَ عَلَيْهِ اللَّهُ فَسَيُؤْتِيهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. And who is more fulfilling, who is more loyal than the one who fulfills that oath of allegiance, and the one who does that, فَسَيُؤْتِيهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him a great, great reward. So this oath of allegiance, during the time of the Prophet, it was upon certain things, just like this oath at the time of Hudaybiyah. But there is a general oath which all of you, when you say La ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, when you say this, you have given this oath of allegiance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which means that I am going to stand by Islam, work for Islam, pass my life in Islam, die for Islam. That is the oath of allegiance. And the one who goes against it is going to harm himself. He is not going to harm Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you fulfill this oath, oh, what a great reward is waiting for you on the day of judgment. وصلى الله تعالى على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خيرا. إن شاء الله.